Okay, we won't have three guys out there at practice. Sheldon with his neck, Wyatt Teller with the ankle, and then Malcolm Smith with a hamstring. So those three guys won't be out there at practice. Okay, on to the Jets. We very, very quickly, when you turn the tape on from their last game, you understand what you're getting yourself into. They won that game on the scoreboard. I thought they were physical, great effort. It really jumped out at you when you're watching that tape. That they played like a team that was trying to do anything and everything they could to get that victory. And I think that's the team we're going to face this week. And I let our guys know that. They do know that. They understand the challenge that's in front of them, and they're excited for the challenge. So we have to have a great week of preparation. That's how we play well on Sundays is really based on our preparation. So that's what we're focusing in on right now, honing in on with these meetings and getting to know the Jets from an offensive, defensive, and special teams standpoint and understand their schemes. So with that, I will take any questions.
Thank you, Coach. Our first question will be from Fred Greetham.
Hey, Coach. Does that mean Sendejo's cleared and he's out there? And second, is Richardson just kind of holding him out today? Still expect to get him back here to practice?
Yes to both, Fred.
What about with Smith? Did that come up? Did that come up in the game, or he just came in after the game, or what?
Yeah, exactly. Just came in after the game, feeling sore, so we're just going to be smart about that.
Thank you, Fred. Next is Scott Petrick.
Hey, Kevin. I know we've talked about this a million times, but is it harder as we get closer to the last couple of games and we see, hey, you can clinch the playoffs with this and the Steelers lose, so the division's still there? Is it harder not to focus on that and to keep the 1 week at a time philosophy?
Not for me.
What do you think for the players?
Yeah, I don't think so, Scott. I think, again, you walk in this building on Wednesday, you understand all the things that you need to do to get ready for that Wednesday, and that's where we are right now. So we had good meetings this morning, introducing them to this team, and again, just put the tape on, but watch that game from last week. You'll very, very quickly understand what's required this week.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. Darryl Ryder, we'll go to you.
Hey, Coach, what did you think of Jacob Phillips Sunday night, and is the plan to stick with him?
Yeah, I thought Jacob gave us good reps. He's a young player, so never perfect, but he's a physical player, ran to the ball, obviously needed to clean some things up, and we'll just work this week and work everybody in there and then make a decision towards the end of the week. But I really like that group in total. We play a lot of guys at that position. That's important, keeping people fresh.
You mentioned that watching the tape of the Jets and the Rams, that New York looked like a hungry team doing everything they can to win, and you expect that you're going to get that same type of team on Sunday. When you study them, what concerns you most about them besides that extra hunger factor? Like, what do they have that you really have to be concerned about beating you on Sunday?
Yeah, I think they have talented players. I think they saw last week the formula to how you go get a win, and taking care of the ball, going and getting the ball on defense. So they have seen firsthand when they put it all together against a good football team, a NFC playoff team. When they put it all together, they're totally capable of winning, and that's the way I look at it.
Thank you, Darryl. Mary Kay Cabot is next.
Yeah, just Coach, speaking of distractions and different things like that, obviously it's Christmas week, and just wondering, how are you, I know you guys have done a great job of this all year, but how are you trying to keep everybody focused on that and not let that get in the way? And what is your schedule going to be like over the next couple days for that?
Yeah, Mary Kay, when we're here, we'll work, and then we're going to keep it as a normal work week as much as we can until we get to Friday. We'll shorten things up, bring everybody in here a little bit later in the evening, later in the afternoon, I should say. Come in the mid-morning as opposed to early, so everybody can get up and be with their families in the morning. And then be present when you're at home. And then when you get in this building, be present and make sure you're, working hard with whatever day it is and getting in all the work that you have to get in. Is that a Fraser fur behind you?
Yes, it is. But so with your, with you having 3 young children, I'm sure you have an appreciation for what all the rest of your coaching staff is probably going through this week and all the players. So it's probably close to your heart what everybody's dealing with.
Yeah. And, Mary Kay, we had Thanksgiving not too long ago. So, we understand that there's holidays and we want to be present with our families when we're not in this building. That's important. And maybe it's more important this year than ever, with the things that everyone's going through. So we'll definitely be present in that moment. But when we're here, we have to work.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mary Kay. Jeff Shadell will have our next question.
Hey, Kevin, in the last month or so, you've relied more on Baker in the passing game. Is this going to make Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt even fresher here for the last couple of weeks and hopefully a playoff run?
Yeah, I think, we try to do whatever it takes that week, Jeff, to get a win. If it means running the ball 55 times this week, that's what we're going to do. If it means passing it 55, that's what we'll do. So, it's not like when we pass it, we're giving those guys any plays off. They're still catching the ball out of the backfield. They're still in protection. So they're a huge part of our success, regardless of run or pass.
Thank you, Jeff. Nate Ulrich is next.
Hey, Kevin, I was a little unclear on Sheldon Richardson earlier. You think he'll be back in time to play Sunday?
Yes.
Okay. And earlier, kind of what you were talking about with you have the obvious recent example, of how anything can happen in this league, right? With the Jets winning. Do you refer back to your experience with a 1-win team this season in Jacksonville at all when you're speaking to the guys?
I haven't, Nate, but that's another good point. I mean, this is the NFL. Some really, really talented players. It's not hard for me to explain to the team the challenge that's in front of them because, again, it's right there on the tape, and the tape is your resume. So we know what we're getting into.
Thanks, Nate. Back to Scott Petrick.
Hey, Kevin, how have you seen Baker react to the success that he's had over the last, 3 or 4 weeks?
Same guy every single day. I don't notice any difference.
And we talked about Jarvis on Monday, how his versatility allows you to move him around. What do you like about that? The fact that you can have kind of a receiver in motion in the backfield doing all those things?
We're just trying to make life hard on the defense. If we make them make a call, make them adjust, just trying to, any way we can, little wrinkles like that, I think can maybe go a long way. Ultimately, it's things that are easy for you and maybe are hard for the defense.
Thanks.
Thanks, Scott. Mary Kay Cabot, you're up.
Yeah, what have you seen Sam Darnold on film? And I'm sure you probably looked at him some coming out. Did you like him then? And what do you see in him now?
Yeah, we have a ton of respect for Sam. He's a very, very athletic, can throw on the move, can make every throw to all areas of the field. But the thing that sticks out for me is just his ability on the move. He's got a very, very good skill set when he's out of the pocket, whether by design or in the scramble drill. Hard to get on the ground. Again, really good athlete.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mary Kay. Dan Lavi, we'll go to you.
Hey, Coach, we've asked you so much this season about how difficult it's been to do things, but I'm curious, have there been benefits to kind of how you guys have had to conduct meetings and all of this kind of virtual stuff you've had to do?
I'm sure there are, Dan. I'm sure there's some things that are going to stick going into next year. I feel like we just tried to make the best of it. So tell us what the rules are, and we'll make sure we put a plan together that adheres to those rules and gets our work done. But thinking about what is good coming out of that, I'd have to give that some thought.
So there hasn't really been anything you can think of that's been like, oh, this worked better than maybe it would have otherwise?
Not off the top of my head.
Thanks.
Thanks, Dan. Jake Trotter has our next question.
Yeah, Kevin, what impact has Alex Van Pelt had on Baker's development this season?
Huge. I'm glad you asked me that. I don't want that to be overlooked. I think AVP does an outstanding job with our offense in total. I think he does a great job with those quarterbacks. I think it goes a long way when you have a guy that's played the position, played in the NFL, has been a backup, knows what it. I think backup quarterbacks have made some great coaches over the years, and it's because these guys understand how to prepare and how to prepare without getting reps. So I think AVP, just how he runs the meetings, how he coaches the guys on the field, his demeanor on game day with those guys, he's just, I think he does it at a very high level.
We've talked a lot about the trust that Baker has developed in you and the trust that you have developed in Baker. What would you say, what have you seen in terms of AVP gaining Baker's trust, especially considering, like everybody else on this team, you guys were not in person very much early on?
Yeah, I mean, AVP is a part of every single decision when it comes to offense, quarterback play, all of it. So he's in the thick of this. He's been a huge help to me as we put this thing together and sharing that vision together. But ultimately, when you're working closely with that quarterback and understanding how the quarterback thinks, putting him in spots to succeed, I think AVP is a huge, huge hand in that.
Thank you, Jake. We'll go to Tom Withers.
Thanks, Rob. Thanks, Kevin. I was a minute or two late. Sorry, I was on a Cavs call. I think your dad would be pleased. Hey, I was just
good luck to the Cavs tonight and Coach Baker's staff.
I'll pass that along. I'm sure they'll hear it. Hey, you're going back to New York for the second time in a week, which is kind of unusual. Does that give you any advantage? I mean, in terms of just comfort and just routine?
Yeah, the Bills did this last year. Callie was telling me that they went back-to-back weeks. I think it does help us to understand that stadium and what's going on and how unique it is without having a crowd in there. So that will be, we'll be 1 week better in that regard and understanding the environment.
And as far as Baker's concerned, piggybacking off what Scott asked you before, when he has a game like that, Kevin, what are the teaching points? I mean, is it go out and do it again? I mean, I know there's always stuff to clean up, but after a real strong game like that, what do you focus on?
Yeah, I mean, I think you try to build off those good performances as much as you try to learn from maybe ones that you wish you could have some throws back. So I think even with that game, I mean, I know we pointed out to him some things that he can do better. The perfect game has not been played, and he understands that he has to get better. We as a team have to get better, but that's his mindset every week. He shows up Wednesday ready to work.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. We'll go back to Nate Ulrich.
Hey, Kevin, just a couple of news items on opposite ends of the spectrum too, I guess. But with Chris Hubbard going on IR, and is he going to have surgery today? And just what are your thoughts on, the season he was able to have for you before that happened? And then did you have any reaction to the Pro Bowl guys that you guys had named?
Yeah, I don't know when Hub is having surgery, but obviously disappointed. I talked to him and just let him know how important he's been to our success this season, whether he's been playing or on the sideline. I think that guy's a great teammate. But I don't have an update on when the surgery is. What was the second part of the question, Nate? Oh, Pro Bowl. Sorry. Yeah, happy for those three guys. Again, individual accolades are great, and I'm proud of those three gentlemen. It's well deserved. But I know they understand that their success comes in the framework of the team.